Hey everyone, it's Fox from Inferno Fox Gaming. So this is going to be my, what I call an anti-bucket list of video games. And the idea on this is to list like a number of video games that I've either played to completion or I've put tons and tons of time in, and I just don't see myself playing for one or many different reasons. As I go through my list, make sure to let me know though in the comments section below what you think of these particular games and my thoughts, and more importantly, your own anti-bucket list of games. But let's jump right into it. My first game that I don't ever see myself playing again is Untitled Goose Game. Now, not many know this, but I do kind of have a slight trickster sort of sense of humor, and this game really helped to cater to that particular aspect of myself as I controlled this super cute yet devious little goose. And I ended up playing the game to full completion in like 3 or 4 hours. It was like super short. And to that end, like the humor itself was funny during my first playthrough, during that like 3 to 4 hour time period, but it didn't really go on from there on out. Like if I tried playing the game again, there's only so many times that I can control the goose and like honk like the at the people and everything. Okay, yeah, maybe it is still a little bit funny, but it's not anything that keeps my attention for longer than the total playtime for the game itself. In the end, I felt like I saw everything that there was to see in my 3 to 4 hours of gameplay, and while short though, this provided me that amount of time, and it was like total unadulterated fun and a lot of really cute mischief. The next game I'm going to mention is Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, I have a hot take with this game, and it's that I feel Kingdom Hearts 3 got a lot of undue hate. A lot of undue hate. Kingdom Hearts 3, it played well, ran well. It looked absolutely fantastic. I mean, you want to talk a huge step up from Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Each of the Disney worlds as well were absolutely beautiful and bigger than ever. Like, for example, thinking of the Pirates of the Caribbean world, there were a number of scenes that really harkened back quite closely to the original movies. A lot better than like how Kingdom Hearts 2 was. And in the end of like the end of the game itself, I loved the conclusion where nearly all of the characters' stories and everything like that wrapped up, and it was like a solid end for all of them. And of course, I loved the first 2 Kingdom Hearts games when they came out. I replayed the second entry a number of times for a number of reasons, but overall, it was like an excellent entry of the series, probably the best one, even still, the second Kingdom Hearts. But I have no desire to replay this third entry. And I think it was because of that sense of finality that I got from finishing the game and what felt like the series as a whole. Now, I know there's going to be a fourth game coming, but since nearly all the storylines for all the major characters were wrapped up, I'm not sure I have any desire to start a new entry and maybe learn and get to know new characters and whatnot. The next game on my list that I'm not going to play again probably is Dragon Quest VII, or originally released as Dragon Warrior 7. This is known as like the longest game in the Dragon Quest series. And I played this on the 3DS here, and I netted roughly about 80 hours of it just to beat the game. And now the 3DS version, compared to the original PlayStation 1 version, 3DS 1 added a number of quality of life changes to help like make it shorter and make it more streamlined, such as getting the intro area, shortening that down quite a bit compared to the original PS1 version. And I have yet to replay any of the Dragon Quest series that I've beaten once, but if I did, I probably won't replay the 7th one. And it's at the story and the gameplay, they're fine. It's not the best in the Dragon Quest series, not certainly the worst, but much of the story beats and expansion of the islands itself within the story, with like the time travel, it got samey feeling very quickly. And also, I'm not a fan of playing 3DS games on, like, just in general. And it's really because of that awful circle joystick. Actually, there's no maybe about it. I know I'm in the minority on that, but that's just my own thoughts and opinions regarding the 3DS. The next game that I don't see myself playing, I put my time in, is Wolfenstein Enemy Territory. Now, my buddy Kenny introduced me back to this game in 2003. This was the same guy that got me into Quake 2 back in 1999. The gameplay loop finds people playing either as the Americans or the Germans in World War II, where they got to complete a series of objectives or defend a certain area to prevent said team from completing the objectives. And there are different few classes like the medic and snipers to play as, with the gunplay itself actually being pretty solid. And if you ran out of health, it kind of reminds me of Fork Knife, where you could be still alive but like downed, and the medic could come with like a syringe and bring you back up to not full health, I don't believe, but still revive you. And being online only, and when this originally released in 2003, being online only and during an age where before these types of games are really mainstream, it really helps scratch an itch for me for like first person shooter gameplay, with the added bonus of like tactical missions to complete. And currently, right now, it is available for free on GOG and Steam. But I don't know. I feel like I can't go home again with this one. This is a game from a different time in my life, and I just don't feel like revisiting it again. You know, especially since I've got a lot more options for games like these, and plenty of great friends like the Inferno cast to play multiplayer games with. And on that latter point, I do definitely count myself lucky. The last game that I don't see myself pretty much playing ever again is going to be Rock Band 2. And I'm gonna add that I loved the Rock Band series back in the aughts and the early teens. I played with many of the same individuals in the Inferno cast, as well as others who aren't local to my physical area anymore. This entry, though, Rock Band 2, I'm not going to play again for a number of specific reasons. The first one is that I had it on the PS3 with tons and tons of DLC, and while I do still have a couple guitars and microphones, I'd have to dig to get everything together again, and setting it up and finding everything and putting that all. It's not worth it, especially if I just wanted a game for a few minutes. And those HDMI slots on the new TVs, they're few and far between. Also, my second reason is that I really did play this game to death. I logged hours upon hours, up to and including going through the endless set list for each of the instruments, expert on all but drums. I completed hard on drums, as well as getting the Bladder of Steel achievement or trophy, thanks to the help of Simbu and my ex, thereby allowing me to platinum Rock Band 2. I was still to this day, I'm really proud of that. And then finally, like the previous entry, Wolfenstein Enemy Territory, the thought of playing Rock Band 2 again, it's kind of that same feeling as Enemy Territory. It feels like I just can't go home again. It's like I'd be revisiting a past that I know no longer exists, and feel like certain games and memories belong exactly that, in the past. So these are just a brief view of what I have as my anti-bucket list games. I've played them, not touching them again. But most importantly, what are some of your anti-bucket list games? Any of them come close to my list at all? Do you have any RPGs or anything like that you did once and you're done, you don't ever see replaying it again, or any of those online games that are still playable, but again, you put your time in, you don't see that happening? Let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys on that. And just thanks again for watching, and have a great day.